Alright, hi cartoon friends. Today we're going to learn how to draw a Derpy. So what we're going to use is a foam board underneath, some simple white paper. I'm just going to use a graphite pencil. You can just use a normal pencil if you want. And a kneaded rubber eraser. And then for cleanup, we're going to use a marker. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw almost like, I guess, a rounded shape for the head up here. Or like half, let's see. Almost like a mushroom, I guess, head shape, like that. Nice and light. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the body here, just a simple shape like this, just to start. Later on, I'm going to add the details. So for now, just doing this shape like that. And then the tail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the ears up here. Like that. So I'm just drawing nice and loose to start. I'm not worrying about the details right now. I'm just worrying about the simple overall shape of him. And then I'm going to draw a center line like that. A center line across down like this. This is going to be where his nose is going to be placed and the mouth. And then another line up here, like that. And then another center line down the body. Awesome. Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the legs, where the eyes should go, where the nose should go, and mouth. Okay, so first let's start with the legs, or feet. So I'm going to place a circle like that for the front paw, and another circle like that for the other front paw. Then I'm going to draw a straight line coming down like this, and another one coming down like this. Then I'm going to come out here all the way down, out here all the way down. This is going to be the paws in the front. And I can curve little lines like that to show me where the paws would go. Next, the back legs, and another circle down like that. Come out of it, and then another circle like that. Okay, so I'm still not worrying about details right now, just keeping everything nice and loose, but working out the shapes. Next, I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the nose. So it's kind of like a diamond shape. And then the eyes. I'm treating the eyes more like an almond to start. And another almond over here. Great. Still drawing loose. Not worrying about details yet. So this top line is where the eye could technically hit, but that gets too complicated. I don't really think about that too much. So next, I'm going to do the mouth, okay? So now the mouth comes from the nose part here, the center of the nose, and it kind of wraps around over to here. Same thing over here, wraps around to about there. Then I'm going to connect this all the way down and then all the way up. Awesome. Great. Now I'm going to work out the tusks, or the front part of the teeth here, that come out, that jet out, because Derpy has these long kind of teeth like that, right? And then like that. Still drawing nice and loose, not worrying about too much fine details, because I can change this if I want down the road. So next, I'm going to work out a little bit of where the eyes should go. Goes around like that, the corners, and then the circle, and then the line across, so it goes somewhere like a diamond, circle, then a line across, creates almost like a diamond shape like that. Next, I'm going to do the eyebrows. So I'm going to bring the line up from the eye up and around to follow the form up and around. Awesome, like that. Yeah. And then I'm going to add more 3 lines across like this, wrapping it around. So I'm drawing still loose because I can change this when I do the cleanup. And I'm going to do a big line, a big circle here, medium, and small. Okay. And I'm just going over things, double checking the sizes of, and then the inner ear here, the inner ear here, Some lines wrapping around the tail, and some lines here. Now I'm slowly starting to think about more details, obviously, because I'm adding them to my drawing here. Back feet, back feet. All right, great. And then there is some kind of like cheetah markings or little markings on the front there, like that. I'm still drawing nice and loose. So this you can use as you can use your pencil, okay? So this stage is still very loose. You can erase things if you want. I don't usually erase a lot. I tell my students not to erase because I like to keep things loose and fun and can change things right now. Great. So this is our rough sketch. So what I do now is I don't erase it. I'll keep it like this right now. And then I'm going to go what I call the cleanup stage. So I'm going to use a marker and then eventually I'm going to erase it after. Okay, so I like to start sometimes with either with the nose or the eyes. So I think I'll start with the nose first. It's like a diamond, almost like a circle, and it comes to a point here. So circle comes to a point like that. And then I'm going to work out the eyes, okay? So I'm going to keep the inner lines light, not too thick, but the outside lines I go a little bit thicker. So I'm going to keep this diamond shape here, or almond shape. Let's see. So in, around, out, in, around, out. Good. Same thing here. In, around, out, in, around, out. Good. And then for the eyes, I like to do just a circle like this, and then a little line that comes like that. Same thing here, circle, and I do a line like that. Okay, and there is a little bit like that. Comes around like that. Okay, great. Next, I'm going to do the eyebrow above. So it's following the form. So it's around the eye like this. So thin, thick, thin, thin, thick, thin, thin, thick, thin. Now I may do the outer, the main shape of the head, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start maybe from here, light, and I'm going to bring it down thicker, 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 because it's underneath here. So thin, 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 thin. Now I'm starting to bring it down harder and wrap it around. Same thing over here, thin, 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 and then thicker. It's underneath here. I'm going to go a little thicker line, like that. Yeah. Same thing over here. Great. So now that we got that, I'm going to work out the ears. So thin and then thicker underneath. So thin and then thicker. And the inner ear could be the thinner line, the lighter line anyway. Ear, same thing. Same thing. And then that, inner. And then I'm going to do the circles on the head, so the little details there. Big, medium, small. Now the line, same thing, wrapping around the form, thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick. Okay. Now I'm going to work out the mouth area. So I'm going to keep it light, or sorry, thin, from the middle of the nose out. Now I'm going to wrap it around and thick. Okay. And then teeth come out a bit, like that. Same thing over here. Start in the middle of the nose, wrap it around, and like that. Teeth, like that. Cool. And this part, I see I'm imagining a line coming through the teeth and around, down like that. Cool. And I can add little teeth in there. Okay. Then you can add the tongue back there, a little light line if you want, because we're going to fill this in. So I'm going to fill this in dark. Okay. This is the inside of the mouth, right? So be nice and dark. It's starting to come along, I think. Little teeth over there. Probably should have added teeth on the other side, but I could easily white that out and add extra, but for now, that's fine. I could add little curls here if I want. Just make it look cool. Okay. Now for this part, the legs and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line coming down and a little thicker at the bottom because that's where his paws touch the ground. Thin and start getting thick like that. And wrap the paw around like that. Same thing over here. Thin, thick. Over here, thick, and then wrap it around, thin. And then here, we're gonna go probably, I'm gonna go thick and then thin maybe. Like that. Kind of feeling the form. I'm gonna wrap little details of markings across. Like that. Same thing here. Like that. And little details in here. The middle part of the body. And the back legs. Wrap that around. That's good. And the bottom paw, like that. Wrap it around. Back paw, same thing. Wrap it around. And then the tail. So we're imagining the body coming like this, and then the tail comes up. Oh yeah, awesome. All right, let me just fill it in with color. That part there. Same thing here. We'll add like another parts there, little lines, little details. Okay. I'm gonna fill this in. I obviously didn't do a good job here, so I'm just gonna fill that in. And then, let's see. Maybe add a little line like that. So what you can do now is use your kneaded rubber eraser, because you can see all the pencil lines in there, because the next stage is color after this. So what I like to do is I like to erase all these pencil lines first, and then you can color it. So what I use is just a kneaded rubber eraser. My hand is on the paper like this. I'm just getting all that stuff off. So that way you're ready to color it. Okay. Looks like I forgot the details on this one and this one, or this back leg, so I'll add that in. All right, let's see. That. What I may do is add a little bit thick and thin here, a little bit more. The top of the eye, a little thicker. That kind of helps it, right? What do you think? I think that looks all right. Yeah, I think it's cool. And then what I do is I'm gonna use a thinner Sharpie. Sometimes I like to do that for the thinner details. There's like little whiskers there. Yeah, I think this is ready to go if I was to color it next. But I'm gonna let you guys color this at home, okay? So what do you think? I hope you like it. And that's it.